It's not time for me to do the laundry or pay the bills either, except for it needs to be done. It needs to be tended to. And so he says, look, this is what the Lord Almighty says. I'm in verse 5, chapter 1, by the way. Give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much, but harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put on clothes, but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it. And I'm thinking, he's reading a lot of our mail today. You know, we're striving, we're got to get mine, going to do what I want, got to have that thing, got to do that thing. And I might have some time for God over here. He understands I'm a busy gal. I got things to do, He's basically like, it's time to rebuild God's temple. We need to do this. We need to rebuild God's house. You're putting paneling, you're putting on that 4th bedroom and demoing your master suite bathroom and building your deck. And every time I say, let's honor God, let's rebuild his temple, I'm just getting feedback that's just nonsense excuses. Sure. It's not going to be returned to its former glory. So we're just, killing ourselves and breaking our backs instead of repainting our basements because we got to do this lackluster half done job of this temple compared to what it used to be. I just keep thinking, I have this parallel thought running in my mind the whole time of, yeah, but our body now, God's temple is our body, right? If you have decided to follow God and you've received the Holy Spirit. So 1 Corinthians 6, 19 through 20, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought at a price. So glorify God in your body. And now we have both the blessing, the privilege, and the concern of our physical shell, our bodies are now temples for the Holy Spirit. But I do find myself tending to a lot of other things besides God's house. And I don't just mean, I should get a pedicure once in a while or anything like that. I'm just saying that sometimes we still let the temple go to shambles. We're not paying attention, whether that's the way we mistreat our own bodies by just the basics, not eating well, not eating enough, eating too much, not sleeping enough, drinking too much too often. We're not honoring that temple. And so we're still sometimes taking care of our stick homes and doing, again, like to reference Joel and rending your heart and not your garments and stuff. We're still doing a lot of external stuff. And it's like, are you paying attention to your soul? Are you paying attention to your, you're walking around with precious things, and we need to stop and kind of look at that once in a while. And I think that people are busy being busy. They're busy being hurried. We all have lists. And also it looks really awesome to be called really busy. Is taken as a compliment almost all the time. It took me until almost 40 years old to be like, when people say that and they mean it earnestly, it makes me sad inside, because it's not a godly kind of busy. It's
not putting the temple first. I find it interesting that in Haggai, they're like, we're wanting the promises, the glory will return. The glory of the new temple will be greater than the old. And of course, we know that the glory cloud never returned to this temple that they rebuilt. The closest we had was the glory person walking in, Jesus. And here we have the promise from Joel about filling the Spirit, filling people, and that did not happen at the temple. and
Right.
they would worship at the temple. The Christians did at a certain part of the temple, Solomon's porch. But it wasn't even there where the glory filled the temple. It was in some room, some upper room. Maybe all this is saying is put attention and energy into your new person, into the person you're becoming, or the way you put it, care for your soul.
Well, and
stop
tend to
caring
it.
for your
Yes.
flesh so much,
Well, and tend to your physical person out of respect
for what lives there,
and for the fact that he made you, and he does care about you, and he wants you to take care of yourself, but also just be tending to your soul, be tending to the spirit that dwells in there, because it's worthy of your time and effort. The last verse, it's 2:23, and on that day declares the Lord Almighty, I will take you, my servant Zerubbabel. Okay. Son of Shealtiel, declares the Lord, and I will make you like my signet ring, for I have chosen you, declares the Lord Almighty. But when you really know what a signet ring is, what it means, what it meant then, it is so moving to hear God talk about him like that. It functioned as a signature. It was a literal ring that people in power and authority would wear back then. And if something was stamped with it, it was as good as signing a guarantee. And there was no, oh my gosh, I hope the king makes good on his bill. You just knew. It was an absolute certainty that this person had the authority and the backing to get what was needed and required by the king that sent them. And for us today, I'm like, we've been sent by a king, guys. We've been sent by a king. We've been given his authority to do the things he asked us to do, and not with the sort of kind of maybe hope that it's gonna be all right, but with the guaranteed signature of God that it is.